Hello and welcome to the shack of G5 STO. This is the excuse me, SGC SG303. As you can see, this is a Sugru, which is there's no, where the cable entry into here is, there's no waterproofing, unfortunately. So unfortunately that is a point where the cable gets weakened, but this is like, it goes on like plasticine and turns into silicone. I don't know if anyone's seen Sugru, I'm sure you have. But anyway, that's Sugru, that's doing a really good job. There's the SGC mark, and then this is the finial what screws into the base. I won't unscrew that because this is a replacement cable. And you can see it goes on there, a little Sugru on that end as well. I think it's about 9 foot long, I think I measured it. And this is just ignition spark plug cable. Same spec as the original, won't make any difference, just simple cable. There is no ground, that's it. This is the one connection. This is not connected anyway. This is not connected to any ground or anything whatsoever. It's just this high voltage cable here goes into here, and this is your antenna, and you just use the SGC as part of the counterpoise. So this antenna, there's absolutely no ground on it whatsoever. It's just this one wire. Doesn't make a difference what to do with that, because it's the vehicle ground that's actually the important thing. So it just literally terminates to that. So there we are. So if I give you a quick close-up, I don't know if you can see that too well. Try to get down on my hands and knees, but I can't work out if that is the tape or that is the tape. It looks like it's only about 5 or 7 mil. I thought it was about 1/4 of an inch, maybe 1/2 an inch wide, but I'm wrong, because that only looks around about, see if I can zoom in on it. You have to, with the iPhone, you have to sort of zoom out to zoom in. I don't know if you can see that there. That there is the tape. I'll have to get another tape measure in a second. There. And it goes all up the antenna. And it goes up and up and up. And the thickness. Whoops, come on, quick one. I'll do this without seeing anything. Is around about, you know what? This is a terrible idea. You can see the tape goes up and up and up to this point where it's joined. You can see the marks on there a little bit better. And then obviously you've got the next section, which is that part. There's the numbers. There we are, serial number. Going up and up and up, and the tape gets closer. Whoops, closer and closer and closer. The further it goes up, till it gets to that bit at the top there. So there we are. Down, 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 until we get this joint here. Oops, I'm trying to do this all by hand, did you see? So I'm going to try to unscrew that. I'll move the phone down for a second. Ooh. Oh dear. Is that professional, isn't it? Ugh. So just one connection. Here, just a standard sort of, I think it's the 3/8 thread, I'm not too sure. Looks like it, nothing there, nothing spectacular, just a standard 3/8 fitting. There, and to the SGC body there. I won't unscrew that, as I say, because there's a washer, there's a metal finial here, and there's a washer here, and round about there, there's a screw. And you can unscrew that part there, which is part of the mount. That wire just goes straight up to here, and about there there's a tag and a washer type sort of brass copper washer that screws to a bolt under here. So I don't want to unscrew that, because that will just drop off, and that means I've got to disassemble this whole lot to try to put that back. It was a nightmare. But around about there, the thread finishes there. There's a hole in the bottom, if I remember rightly, and there's a screw that screws the end of that cable, which goes up to there, fits in there, and it's a nightmare because there's absolutely no way of getting inside that. It really is truly a nightmare. So in the second part of this mini video, I shall measure the right. Oops, look at my trainers, look at these. These are my gardening trainers. I should sell these, shouldn't I? Only used once. Right, let's whack that on there. Hopefully it'll stay, which it has. We're looking at just, there's 8 foot there, just a little over 8 foot, just a shy of 9 foot overall length the actual whip itself to that point is, where were we? 92.5. It mixed with a finial, trying to get it level. It's not like going to tape measure. Let's put it there. That's it. So there, that part where it ends the finial there is about, just a little over 92.5, which is around about 235.5 centimeters. If that helps at all. And obviously it goes up to the end, you can see. And if I measure from the top downward, it's exactly 4 foot really, just a little over 4 foot where the join is, where the finial is, and the other part of the finial is there. The other part of the finial is there. So you can pause the video there and work that out, and I'll just measure the thickness now. So that's, so I'll put that level. Thickness is just about, what's that, half an inch. Just a little about half an inch, just a little shy of 10 millimeters, maybe 12. But look, no, it's just a little over 11, possibly 12 with a coating. 12 mil with a coating there. Oh, about, I put my finger where it is there, so it's just bang on with the coating, half an inch. For our friends in America, if I measure this end, it tapers off to, I don't know if you can see that. I wouldn't go by that mark, it's just, yeah, what's that? 3/8 of an inch, I think it is, roughly. Is that right? 3/8 of an inch? I think so. 1, 2, 3, 3/8 of an inch, or around about 9 mil, maybe, just a little shy of 9 millimeters, sorry. Don't know if it's a weed or not before I kill it. And these trainers will be on a separate auction on eBay. So there we are. Hopefully that answers your questions. G5 STO. Welcome back to the other part of the video. This is the monster, which is the Tar Heel. People don't really get a gist of how large these antennas are, but they're absolutely huge. This is the Tar Heel A200. Let's have a quick look here. A very expensive mount as well. I think it's the 200. Is it the A200? I might have to turn this around. This is the monster. Oh, sorry, it's the A100A. I beg your pardon, it's not the 200. It's the A100A HP. I thought it was the 200. A100A HP. Nicely killing the connection underneath here, but yeah, that's the monster, which is the Tar Heel, and it really is a monster. It goes up and up and up and up and up and up, right up to there. Yeah, that is one serious bit of kit, and that's it fully wound down. Imagine what it's like. 1 second. Got my trusty tape measure here. This is just the bottom half. So look at that, that's getting on for just 3 foot, just shy of 4 foot, fully wound down. Imagine, I think when it's fully up, it's more like about 5 foot. That's really one monster of an antenna. And here we are for the next part. So this is, as I promised, the whip is in a different storage place from here, but there's the mini Tar Heel 2, or little Tar Heel 2, I beg your pardon, 6 through to 80 meters, 200 watts PEP. This one's a little bit less in size, a bit more manageable. They're only around about, let's have a quick look. That's around about, what's that? 55 centimeters. 55 centimeters, around about 22 inches roughly. Obviously, you can't use your SGC SG303 without the SG230. You need the SG230 to couple with this, otherwise it just does not work. And yeah, this is one of 2 that I own. Very good equipment, that. Blooming good, very good indeed. American quality, very well made, as all of this. Tar Heel American quality, the other Tar Heel American quality, all very, very good American stuff. Can't go wrong by American. Yes, I hope that's the way it is. Well, this was back then. This is now 20 years old. I think this is about the same. Tar Heel, I don't know. but I don't think you'll find exceptional build quality like that anywhere else, to be honest with you. Saying that from a Brit. We do build some good stuff in Britain, but stuff from America always seems to be built like a tank, designed to last years and years and years. But there we are. That's the little part. I still promised I'll make a video on the ATS 120. I'm not sure if this is 120 or 120A, because all I think they've done is put a rubber cover on it. I've definitely got another ATS 120A somewhere around. I don't know if this is a 120 or 120. It just says 120 on it there, and I think that's 120 on it. Doesn't say 120A. I have to check. That's the 120, possibly the 120A. I don't know. Personally, I think they're identical. Just put a different stick on them with a rubber cap at the top. But all they've done is put a little rubber cap over here. Whoops, little rubber cap over here. Good, again, very good build quality. Japanese build quality as you expect. Work quite well. Need a good ground. But yeah, as I say, one probably come to me for repair, and I've repaired it and put it back on, and so on with the others. So there we are, and back to the action for the final part of this video. Whoa. It's just get down on all fours. This is a military version of the SGC 303. I think these have been around since the sort of 50s, well, 60s and 70s, I suppose. But this is this thing, maybe what I'm trying to what belligerents and combatants are. But this, I think, this may be VHF. I'm not too sure, but this is well worth looking at. I believe this is the pineapple antenna. I'm forgetting now. I'm certain this is the military version, what they call the pineapple antenna. So you got that sort of weird looking top there, and this is what it looks like close up. So you got this sort of lovely. I'm going to try to zoom in again. Similar sort of thing. A little piece of tape. I think that is the tape. It's just wearing through. Tape all the way up. Loads of tape. So two sections of that. Go right up to that rather fancy connector at the top. Try to keep this zoomed in. Trying to all this do this one-handed. Hang on, just have a look. There we are. So you got this lovely fancy connector at the top. There. Oops. Focus. And that obviously screws into this section here to make this. So you know what? I've not actually put this on a VNA, but obviously screws into there nicely. I'll do this one-handed. That humongous thing, which is definitely more than 9 feet. Then, oops. Come on. There, that screws into there. Remarkable. And this thing is absolutely humongous. It's huge. So that then forms something a lot bigger than 9 foot. That's got to be, well, I don't know. I'm just a little shy of 6 foot myself. And that's 12 foot. It's got to be double my height. If that's the halfway point, that's double my height. So that's nearly 12 foot there. Which, if I was being honest, it's probably better than the SG 303. Until I plug it up to something, I can't really give an appraisal and, you know, put it on a VNA or whatever. My spectrum analyzers, you can put a VSWR bridge into it, and obviously put a device under test on one of the outputs, and it will give you tell you where the dip points are for the SWR, and obviously you want the lowest SWR, but I'm pretty certain that is a VHF. That's for 50 megahertz. Pretty certain it's a 50 megahertz antenna, but don't quote me on that. I have to look up the specs on the pineapple antenna. But I think probably the British military were doing wire wrap antennas before anyone else, maybe in the war, I don't know. Someone might be able to correct me on that. It's pretty well made. This one's seen a bit of action, as they normally are, but there we are. There's quality all the way down, absolutely. Oops. Give me something to focus on. There we are. Really worked. Come on. How come I'm so good at this? it's going to focus. Oh, yeah. Yeah, so pretty good. So there we are. Okay, then. Possibly that is the other type of pineapple element. I don't know. Interesting. It could be the pineapple spike, but I can't remember what band it's for. 1.7 gig dish there. Well.